50% peripheral vision, so I see from the sides. If you put your fingers directly in front of your eyes like this and look around the classroom, that's kind of how I see. The Youth aDAPT program is an introduction to understanding diversity. Youth get to have an experience with some hands-on activities so that they gain a better understanding of what somebody living with a disability may be going through. They learn about apparent and non-apparent disabilities because most disabilities are not visible. Kids get to learn about language, the language that promotes dignity and respect, that lifts people up. Sometimes language can knock people down unintentionally. Kids get to learn about accessibility and what that really means, that it's more than a parking spot, a bathroom, and a ramp. It's lighting, it's noise, it's websites, there's so many things. So as these young minds start developing all of the great things that they're going to make, they can think about accessibility so that when they reach 80, their lives will be easier. Kids learn about being kind and that life is tougher for some people. Some people, it affects their bodies, some their brains, and that no two people are exactly the same. This program creates compassion and empathy among the classroom, and it helps students know how to support their classmates who either learn different or navigate life different. There's nothing wrong with disability. Disability is just a different way of navigating life.
Some of the people you know, see different ways. That's what was most interesting to me.
It is called a cane, and it is white so that all of you know that the person who's using a white cane has low to no vision. Only 15% of people who are blind see nothing at all.
How you can tell what kind of disorder they have, if they're blind or if they're deaf or if they're both.
What is it? Coins, yes. A flashlight.
I liked how you mixed it up with them sitting and answering questions, but also gave them an opportunity to do something hands-on and have an actual hands-on experience of what it might be like.
So you just saw the same way somebody who's blind sees. We don't see with our eyes. We often are touching and feeling or smelling. We're seeing things, only we see it different. So the words see, look, and watch are not uncomfortable for people who are blind. We don't read with our eyes, we read with our fingertips. Braille can also be very helpful for somebody who has dyslexia or a learning difference.
It was a great presentation. I mean, you had their attention the whole entire time, and that's kind of hard to do for a full hour with children who, need to move often. But I think that they were super interested in what you had to say.
So if you meet somebody in your class today who has ADHD or autism or dyslexia, and then next time you go to a different class and you meet somebody else who has it, they're going to be very different people. All of you are different.
I think it was nice how you connected with the kids because in any audience there's lots of children or people who have disabilities that are not apparent, and I think that kind of made them feel a little confident about that for those of the kids in the audience that had those.
Get a pair of gloves, pick up a pencil, tear off a piece of paper, write your name, fold the paper in half, put it in the blue bag, and the gloves in the basket. And then when you're done, please sit down.
I did the glove thing, and it's hard because your glove flips over your fingers, and it's really hard to rip the paper.
This was made by a 3D printer. This allows you to hold it any which way that a person is able to hold it.
It was really fun. I had the mittens, the cooking gloves on, and that made it hard.
Your palm forward is the way that it should look, not sideways like the one on the right here, okay? So the letter A is a fist. We're going to do the letter A first. And you're going to put your thumb beside your index finger. The letter B is your 4 fingers pointing up. Your thumb is in front of your palm. You liked the sign language? Do you think that that's something that you might want to learn? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even for myself, I don't really know how to interact with people who maybe are blind or who are deaf, and I thought your tips were really great because, for example, I wouldn't even think if I'm walking and I cross paths with someone who's blind to be like, hello, or, I'm right here.
I am so touched by this presentation.
Oh.
I've been working with kids and as an EA and a teacher for 20 years and never seen anything like this. Tears, I've got tears in my eyes. And it was wonderful.
So our aDAPT program is Disability Awareness Practical Teaching. Today is the youth program, the Youth aDAPT. We have a Seniors aDAPT, where I go into retirement communities and share the helpful tools and devices that make life easier, because as we age, our abilities change. It's a natural process of life, but sometimes we don't know what's out there, what's available, what it's called, or where to get it. So Seniors aDAPT brings you that information. We have the Community aDAPT, which teaches people in the community the best practices on interacting, communicating, and assisting people who navigate life different. And our Ideal Team Building helps support employers and staff with the hiring and serving of people with disabilities, creating a more inclusive and accessible environment for everyone.